What's going on, guys? Welcome to Trill Sports Talk. Today I'll be breaking down the Suns 2023 to 24 roster and potential lineups, and basically just my thoughts on the roster. All right, so obviously you have your three headed monster with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, and when they made that Bradley Beal trade, the roster was in shambles, honestly. And I didn't think they were gonna be able to make the roster this better while still keeping Aiton. Cause I mean, if you heard my thoughts on the Bradley Beal video, honestly, I kind of still think they should trade Aiton. But I mean, the way the roster is already structured and they got the pieces, might as well keep them at this point. Because you probably won't find a better center to get back in return. And you already have your depth pieces, so there's no need to. But you have your center and DeAndre Ayton who can get you, 18 and 10 a night. When he's locked in, he can get you 18 and 10, probably a little bit more. But off the bench, is like they have a lot of better guys. Cause with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, you don't have to surround them with a lot of, I should say, like shot creators necessarily, because 9 times out of 10, one or two of them is always going to be on the court. That's the beauty about having three superstars. You, nine times out of 10, you're going to have one or two of them always on the court. So as long as you surround them guys with like maybe another scorer, another guy that can create a shot, like Eric Gordon, you know, you all you have to do is surround them with a lot of guys that can, a lot of 3-and-D guys, and that's what they did with this free agency. They got guys like I said, they got Eric Gordon for a backup scorer off the bench, just so it's always at least two guys that can create their own shot. Then you brought in Diop, key to base Diop, power forward, I believe he's like 6'8", 6'9", guy that can play the 3, possibly mainly the 4, small ball 5 at times if needed. Guy that can stretch the floor, guard probably wanted to guard a big wing. Because usually back when they wasn't on the same team, he was the guy that had the assignment of guarding KD. Because he's a bigger guy, he's longer arms, long wingspan, taller, pretty strong. So he used to have that assignment. So now that he's on the team, with the KD, he's gonna be able to guard those guys. Like he's gonna have those Bronze, those maybe ADs, the Giannis at times, those type of guys. Big wings, big scorers, Jason Tatum's of the league. Then you got, I'm about to say, and plus, he's shooting pretty much 40% from the 3, and that's great. They need the floor spacers. That's what they got. This whole every power forward they got in this free agency, floor spacers, guys that let Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, KD get downhill, operate in space. Then you got Drew Eubanks. He's center, backup center, good shot blocker. Not much of a shooter, but I mean, off the bench, you still want to have that rim protector. You want to have a guy that can rebound. He's a little undersized. He has like 6'10", I believe. A little undersized, but he's very strong. He's shot blocker. Pretty good off the bench. I mean, that's what you need. You just need a guy that that you just need bodies. Metu, that signing, I mean, it's not that impressive, but it's just like I said, it's another body to throw at guys. More so of a lob threat guy that can run the floor. He's a rim runner, solid defender. I mainly see him playing like a 4 spot type of, but small ball. Get guys to be able to run up and down the court. He's more of a rim runner than Drew Eubanks and DeAndre Ayton. Not the best shot blocker, probably not the best rebounder, but he's an energy guy, and you sometimes need those guys on the bench at each position. Okogie, I mean, they re-signed Okogie at a steal. They for 2 million a year. I mean, it don't get better than bringing probably best perimeter defender back. He had spurts where he was shooting good, but it kind of fell off in the playoffs. I mean, you hope to see some of that back at least, to where he can at least shoot around like 34, 35% at least. Just, be reliable throughout the season. Now he won't have as much pressure because during the playoffs, Chris Paul wasn't, shooting good. So your best shooters outside of D Book and KD was pretty much Okogie and Torrey Craig. Like, now you have guys like Base Diop, Eric Gordon, Cameron Payne is back healthy. We may see Damian Lee a little bit more. They didn't play him much in the playoffs, but I mean, you might see him back a little bit more. Yeah. So Josh Okogie, getting him at 2.3. That's a absolute steal for the Suns. Yeah, just bringing back that defensive, that perimeter guy. That pretty much saying like, I'm gonna go guard the best scorer on their team. He's that type of guy. Then you bring in Yuta Watanabe. Uh, Probably I say probably one of the top 3 and D guys that was in free agency. Honestly, talk about a guy who shot 44%, 42%, something like that. From three this past season. Is a capable defender. He has good instincts. Yeah, this is like good 3 and D. He's a good 3 and D guy for your team. Somebody that can space the floor. Obviously, he's gonna give you that effort. He's gonna show you effort. People always talk about like why Yuta always gets dunked on, because he's a guy that doesn't care. He's gonna try to play defense. He's gonna try to get those stops. Those are the best defenders. Honestly, like the guys, half the time the guys that get broke, like dropped, get crossed up or something like that, or get dunked on. Those are the guys that show effort. Those are the guys that's trying to like play defense. And Yuta is capable of he can get blocks. He can rebound. He can guard probably like the second best scorer on the team. You can keep up with him. Very capable. And like I said, at 2 point, like once again at 2.3, like that's a steal, because he was probably like he's one of the top 5 like 3 and D guys that was on the board, and for the Suns to get him at that price is absolutely great. Jordan Goodwin came over with the Bradley Beal trade. Just like a solid point guard, emergency point guard if needed. Don't see him playing much, honestly. Uh, a guy who can, he can play some defense. He can shoot a little bit. He's just all around, good, like, emergency point guard if needed. I don't see, like I said, I don't see him playing as much, with having most likely Devin Booker starting at the 1, Cameron Payne coming off the bench at the 1. More so, Jordan, if somebody gets hurt, or they out for a game, you got, say, Bradley Beal go out for a game or something like that, then Devin Booker probably go back to the 2. Cameron Payne might go to the 1. So he's probably the emergency guy. Ishmael Wainwright, don't see him playing much. Just extra body. Off the bench. He didn't have a pretty much good shooting season towards the playoffs. So I don't see him playing that much, especially with a lot of the more wings we got. Then you have your rookie Kamara, which is an interesting because I feel like him being so big and being able to shoot, he might play more than people think. Like honestly, I have him playing over like Metu. Like he might play over him more. So, but then again, it's only so many people that can play, obviously. So I feel like this is a good year for him to be able to, he gonna see some G League time. Him and Goodwin is gonna see some G League time. Just to stay active. Don't want them guys to emergency guys. You don't want them to just sit on the bench and not do nothing the whole time because when it's daytime or something happened, then they haven't played for the last 30 games. So you want to at least keep them active somehow. So I feel like them two are gonna be back and forth to the G League and with the guys. So that's how I feel about the roster. The starting lineup, on the other hand, what I project, the starting lineup in the bench, the first 10, I believe is going to be Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, KD, Keita Bates Diop, and then DeAndre Ayton. Why I believe they should do this lineup, why I believe this should be the lineup is because Keita just, when you playing guys like Giannis and like I said, you got Jason Tatum's, these teams that got like big wings in their front court and they still have their front court, well, big guys. You want to match the height. I feel like the Suns got too much. They don't want to, like, obviously you want your best wing defender, perimeter defender, and a Kogi out there in that starting lineup. But sometimes, like, KD, Bradley Beal, and Booker, they're capable defenders. Obviously, like KD, good help side rim protector, 1.4 blocks just off a help side. Like, is very capable of them playing defense now that they don't have all three of them have a less workload because they have many options. So I feel like Keita Bates Diop is that perfect guy. He's gonna guard the four. He's gonna guard them Giannis. He's gonna guard the Jason Tatum's. He's gonna guard the bigger guys without questions asked. And that just frees up KD because you don't want KD have to match up with those guys every night, being the first guy because you want him to be able to free that. You want to put your best guys in the best position, and I feel like that'd be the best position. You got Aiden at the 5. So you run a bigger lineup, and it's not. And Keita Bates Diop can space the floor, so it's not like he's clogging the paint. He's a traditional 4. He can space out, and you still operate the same. And then off the bench, you got your guys like Cameron. You run a Cameron Payne, Eric Gordon, a Kogi lineup with like Yuta and Drew Eubanks. Now you got that like faster pace unit. Guys, more energy guys. You still got your scoring and Cameron Payne and Yuta, and you still got your shooters in Yuta, Cameron Payne, and Eric Gordon. Your ball handlers, your scorers, Okogie, your defender. So you're not losing any defense. Still not losing no defense with Yuta. You still not, you got your rim protector, Drew Eubanks. So I feel like that's the most balanced like bench, like off the bench lineup. And then you got your fillers, as in you need more shooting. Okay, maybe throw in a Damian Lee. You need to you got a more active big in the game, so maybe you want to throw Me Too in there or whatever instead of Drew Eubanks. So you got your guys. You can flip in and out. But then, like I said, regardless, you're always gonna have Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, or Devin Booker on the floor at all times. It's no way. If there's any lineup, honestly, if Vogel end up having a lineup with no Durant, Bradley Beal, or Booker in it, honestly, get rid of them after the first year because there's no way. Not unless somebody's hurt, there's no way you don't have one of them in at all times. So that is my breakdown, guys, of the Phoenix Suns roster going into the 23-24 season. Um, Once again, appreciate you guys stopping by, listening to my my breakdown on the Suns roster. And peace.